Today we talk Amber Rose, Wonder Woman, Tory Lanez, Doppelgängers, Golden State, and more on today's Headlines with Headliners.
Oh.
Guess who's back in the building?
Yes, thank goodness.
I meant me.
No.
I was talking about me. I'm back in the building. But I went home and I came back. No, Kanisha's back.
Was on my mind.
Hey, hey, hey.
I've been gone for some time. Hey. Headline with Headliners was on my mind.
Hey. When the planets and the moons and the thing collapse, when I raise my Twitter fingers, all y'all niggas hit the decks. Cause my posts are all facts. And if you don't believe that, you better relax.
Hey.
Always me.
She said I know she was me, huh? He said you better relax and don't check the facts. Guess what, everybody? KB is back. I know you real happy, cause I'm happy too. I'm trying to discuss. Wait.
Oh no.
In honor of Kanisha coming back.
Y'all know I ain't got no drawers on. Touch around. Don't be playing. I'll get turned up in here.
And you know what's funny about this is we do that and then we're like, back to intellectual conversation.
With headlines on it.
Headlines with
You know that's my song.
Headliners.
I wasn't ready for all that.
You about to have an areola pop out.
Okay, let's for the fans. Do it for the fans.
Look, there's a lot more on the internet right
Welcome back, Kenisha.
Welcome back, Kanisha.
All I want is
Bust
my
the
hoochie
bus.
mama. Yes. This is a great welcome back party. She ain't nothing but a headline mama. Headline mama. She ain't nothing but a headline mama. Headline mama. Oh, I love the.
We was in there.
I don't know how you
I don't even know what was going on. That is not.
We got to get y'all out the
I'm
danger
like,
zone.
oh my gosh.
Man, he just picked that one by chance. He didn't even know.
Somebody got pregnant right there.
Oh, Plan B on
Me.
deck.
By the way, that
Nate
smack
got
was a
pregnant.
perfect smack.
Way
They
over
didn't
here,
get the
I'm
smack,
pregnant.
but that was a perfect
It was.
time smack. Anyway.
Nathaniel's doing 9 months.
Yeah, about to have this
Headline and
baby.
headliners, baby. I don't know if it's hers or Tron's.
Little Keyshawn.
Hilarious.
Figure it out. All right, so
Hi, everybody.
nope, that's not how we do it. We got a freestyle. We have a singer, and then another freestyle. You don't know. She sings.
She sings now.
Oh, whoa.
I missed
I
that.
sang once.
And that means you could do it again.
I don't know
You do
why
some-
we have to though.
right,
Like,
so
what
this
she
is the
did,
thing.
she gave her, she dancing. Like I feel like
I will
that's so
pledge
much-
that you won't have to do this at the top of every show.
No.
No.
I
Wait,
can't do that.
But Kanisha was not here
I didn't get to see it.
when you popped your singing cherry. So let's run it back and pop that thing.
Pop it for real.
What song would you like him to play?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Ooh,
No, Jesus has nothing to do with this.
I
well,
wish
he gave you the
did.
vocal cords. So come on.
You know you want to sing. You put on your fresh lipstick.
Or maybe Muhammad did.
Oh, possibly.
Or possibly Abraham.
Yeah, let it ride.
I've missed you too.
I can't. Oh, please stop that. We could do like.
You know,
so
did he put on the Lion King?
He
Yes.
did.
That's actually a little racist. I feel like that is no.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Shut that down.
You know what?
better
Let's
stop.
let's just do 4-page letter by Aaliyah because
Oh,
it's catchy.
There we go.
That is
Everyone
my
will sing it.
There we go.
No one will really be paying attention to me.
Well, let her sing.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
We're just hearing a 4-page letter by Aaliyah. That's AALIYAH, not Lion King.
First of all, Lion King is cracking. I'm gonna be a mighty king. Rawr. That's
Okay,
my song.
I understand.
Ad-lib.
Popeyes is delicious, but you know you're not supposed to eat the Popeyes when the white people are
I'm
there.
not, but my song is on. So
There's like a 48.
this is one of my favorite songs. Please,
Let her sing it.
I'm going to.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like you're about to blow.
I'm just be in the background doing this.
Big shout out to R. Kelly.
Here we go.
No, sir.
Close your eyes. Close your
Why?
eyes.
Yes, I am
Why
ready.
did you?
Close your eyes so you don't
You
have to
know
worry
why.
about it.
I'm
And don't look
lusting.
at her. Don't look at her. She's
Okay.
nervous.
All right.
Teron, look away. He
I
looks
forgot
hard.
this is. Sorry.
Always told me to be
Careful who I love.
Give her who you love.
Daddy always told me make sure he's right.
We all make sure he right, okay?
I always had my eyes on this one particular guy.
What was his name,
I
girl?
was so shy, so I decided to write.
What you write, baby girl?
I'm sending him a 4-page letter.
Sting.
I enclosed it with a kiss.
Sting.
When I write him, he better
Sting.
get it on time.
Hey, what time is it?
I'm sending him a 4-page letter.
Get in there, Kenisha. Get in there.
I enclosed it with a kiss. And if I write him, he better
You jumping on that?
get it on
In other words, just hit him
time.
with some ooze. Yeah.
Here's the thing about songs like that, right? It's like Drunken Love, right?
Yes.
When these songs are hot, but because unfortunately, we live in a world where we have to say things like, we feel obligated to say things like no homo, which is so sad. I just don't feel comfortable saying surfboard, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I can be the person that I think that I am and be like surfboard. Like,
I don't know if that song was for you to sing anyway.
but
In the club, though, that was a universal.
Yo.
When
That
that
is
song
so-
came on.
I fill the
Surfboard
tub up
is just
halfway and I ride it with my surfboard.
yes.
Like, it's just fun to say.
It's just such a
Like,
great
ends with a T?
song. It's just,
There's a B in there.
which is
It's
why I
weird.
was so happy when The Weeknd came out with his version, because I felt like, oh, okay,
Right.
I can do that. But it's just the world like we live in, and it shouldn't even be.
I'll tell
that
you
way.
what's uncomfortable. Watching men in the club singing Kaya, My Neck, My Back.
Mine-
Yeah.
See what I mean?
And get it. My
get
neck,
it.
want something to drink? My back, want something? Yeah, my. I'm like, what?
my pussy
had to
and crack.
change it.
That is a thing.
Is that what it is?
my
it is,
pussy
yeah.
and my
I
crack.
don't know if we
yes.
can say that on here,
Well,
but
it's been said, and that's the lyrics to the song.
It's out
You
there
can't
now.
be
It's
mad.
happening.
a cat. Oh,
Ladies pop your pussy.
y'all better sing. We can find out.
You know what? This is exactly why we never get to all the stories.
I have my own remix so that I can just participate. I'll be like, with my, let me see.
Oh my God, this is too much.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if
I'm
we can
muting
play
it
all
with my
this.
mouth.
No, well,
Not
this
you.
song is not being muted.
So here's the thing.
My neck, my back, lick my dick, and my
No.
sack. Hey,
Okay, that's even. Okay, now.
That's worse. We're fired.
that's for men. That way men can participate.
We're fired.
All the little boys and girls out there, you need to make your own rendition of the song that feels comfortable for you. So like a Molly Percocet, if you don't do drugs, just be like Holly and the Vet. I don't know.
I don't know. My neck, my back, put the money in my sack. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
So you're just
basically.
you're that's felony armed robbery.
I
That's,
know, but
that's not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you touch my neck and back, my sack's not gonna have no room in it for money. I'm gonna be ready to go. How about that? Now,
And who are you?
story number
No, who
one.
are you?
It's gonna take a second for that segue. I'm Nate Jackson, Mr. Nate Jackson on the social media sphere. Follow me.
the social.
To my left,
Hi guys, I'm Joel Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joel Monique and every week at blackgirlnerds.com.
to her left,
It is your girl, Kanisha Bus. You can find me at All Def Digital, Kanisha versus John Cia, Sirius XM, and
to her left,
At I am Tehran, literally at I am Tehran, because I am Tehran. If you don't know, ask your girlfriend. She knows.
and all the way back to the left. The segue I wanted to say about the balls being so full, there wasn't gonna be any room
The
for
balls and the
cash
food and
for
pills
the
and the,
sack.
and the pudding.
Amber Rose.
yes.
You're talking about a full sack. Kanye
Yes.
West's ex, Wiz Khalifa's baby mama, and Slutwalk originator Amber Rose took her sexuality to even newer heights as she posted a now viral provocative nude picture of herself, full bush.
We have the picture.
What
Left
up,
very
girl?
little to the imagination. The picture has spawned the hashtag Amber Rose challenge, and all kinds of women are posting pictures with the bush out in the name of feminism. Many critics have come out against the movement.
Okay, two things.
Can we get the picture?
Okay,
that's
this
the
is
picture, but there's bush. Obviously, we're
I don't
censored.
know why we had to blur it. It's already blurred in that same spot.
Well, no, they can't
It's
show the.
bush, but of
Why?
course.
New Instagram allowed it?
This is not Instagram.
Instagram took it down.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How long?
A couple hours.
Yeah. It was up for a while. I don't know exactly.
It doesn't
Enough
matter.
for
We
a
live in the age of
billion
screenshots.
All it took.
No, it's over.
Oh,
Of
I got
course.
it
And
in
then
4
everybody's
different
reposted
chats.
it. There's two things I have to address. One, just me being a woman. She is not Wiz Khalifa's baby's mom or baby's mom. That is his ex-wife, and that is a very high title. So I would.
I
rather
simply said Wiz Khalifa's baby mom.
Okay, well she's a
And
she's
she's
a wife
current
more than a
baby
baby's
mama.
mom. She's still an ex-wife. I'm just being.
Baby
She's
mama.
still an ex-wife.
Yeah,
I do want to say
ex-wife
that.
trumps baby mama.
It does. So I do have to just put that out there. That's just me.
Wait, hold on. Just want to let you know. If it's the ex-wife, you now are referred to as my ex-wife and mother of my kids.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah,
I
the
just want to put
moniker
that out there.
changes.
Yes.
Not how Wiz Khalifa actually announces her. Simply says
It's like
baby
this bald
mama.
head, chicken nugget head, lacking ass bitch.
Well, on that alimony paperwork
Damn.
and that child support check.
Amber Tula. She's a sweetheart though. Go ahead.
Yeah, she is. Another thing you said, women have been redoing this challenge. I hate to tell you guys, but it has been 95% men reenacting
There's a
this
lot of men
challenge.
who've done It's hilarious.
And that's what makes it hilarious. There's
man.
so many men reenacting this challenge. It is absolutely, and I think it's lighthearted and fun. And it's funny because there are people coming out against it saying, "Oh, this is not feminism." And then people were. This is my thing. Feminism to me, and I'm not a super feminist, but to me is doing whatever you feel like doing and don't give a damn what a man has to
That's
say about
literally
it. And
full
that
stop
is
what it
feminism
is.
to me. And you can't
That's
tell
it.
me anything else. And there's nothing funnier than a bunch of men telling women what feminism is.
Okay,
Hilarious.
so I actually disagree with that simply because
I don't care.
feminism isn't that. Feminism is the concept of equality between men and women. So,
Well, yes.
so it's like saying, well, I'm a man, I can do whatever I want. I don't care what women think, and then women. That's not what it's equality. So let's not make it a
On your-
situation where it's like
You can go
I'm a
ahead and put
woman
the-
and I can do whatever I
And I
want.
can.
Roar.
That's
Yep.
not. That's
Yeah.
not feminism. That's a personal choice.
That's
That
your definition
is
of what
humanity.
feminism is.
No. That's the dictionary definition. That's not my.
That-
I just
that's-
want to
that's
know
the technical-
the most
Yes.
important detail. If you're going to be a feminist, is to be able to say it.
I already told you I wasn't a feminist.
Fissimassa.
You guys know I got a mumble demon.
Fissimassa. It's like when
Fissimassa.
Lion King, when the king died, Scar was like, Fissimassa. I am the king. He threw him.
You guys know I have a hard time pronouncing stuff, but no, that is the technical
You're
and the definition of it. But as a whole, as a woman, I can tell you what feminism is, and if that feels like I want to be butt ass naked on some steps and showing my women grow vagina hair, because a lot of the problem was men were upset and making comments because she had hair on her private, and clean shave only been around the last few years, and you would still hit anyway. That was their biggest thing on there as well, which was corny as hell.
Okay, so when it
So if I
comes
want
to
to show my vagina, I can
when
show
it comes to the bush concept is, first of all, it's about the female vagina being something that's natural. The bush is natural. Also, it has to do with pornography laws. So had it been clean shaven, just like in a movie, there are no clean shaven vaginas or clean shaven penises, even though there have been penises and vaginas in regular movies. I'm not talking porn. If they
Yeah, Ben
become,
Affleck
once they're
showed his
shaven,
penis.
exactly. If they're shaven, then it would be considered pornography. What she attempted to do was in some way a form of an art or gratification for her personal form of sexual empowerment. Now, sexual empowerment, which is also a movement, is nice and it's great, and more power to Amber Rose. I do not judge her for doing such a thing at all. I do think that when we talk about feminism, however, and we remember that it does have to do with equality.
Yes, of course.
There wouldn't be a situation where I could just have my balls out on something and not get arrested. Number two, I think that while this was very empowering and women love saying this is feminism, you know what is also feminism? Let's donate to the 60% of the females in the world that have no access to education because of where they live. And that is a true...
One doesn't out trump the other one. I feel like that is amazing too.
This is how I feel. I feel like making this an issue of feminism may not be the place for it. Here's why I say that. One, to second you, because it's not like men have pictures of their balls out laying on steps on the fur coat and then are telling women you can't do that because you're a woman. The other thing is, now this may be where you guys get some red flags, but I feel like how your vagina is manicured is based on your man's preference.
No.
So if there goes your red flag. No. She's still reasoning. If her man says, leave a little hair on there, I like it to, be in a circle on the top. Then she's like, got it, boom, did it, fine.
Look, a woman might choose, certainly, to be like, oh, that's what you like? Totally, boo. Whatever. For you. I love you. Very cool. But I don't think most women are, like, actively in that process. Like, it's for you. Like, you have to upkeep and manage that shit in the same way that, like, a guy might shave his beard because his woman does not like, to be kissed with that roughness. But also, if she never said anything, he would just do how he wanted to do it.
Sure, but I do shave my balls for a girl. Like, I don't just naturally want to shave my balls down. Yeah, I shave my balls. I said it. And here's the thing about it. I trim my pubic hair. I shave.
Like there's a razor sliding across your scrotum skin?
Yes.
I feel like scrotum skin
your
surface
balls
is entirely too
completely,
wrinkly to
free of
support
hair?
a razor.
My balls
Who's
are
stretching
completely...
them while you shave it?
It's not... There's no stretching.
It looks like an exposed
You
brain,
literally-
bro.
listen,
There's no way you can run a
It's
leg.
actually, if you shave them correctly, there's no spreading.
Do you use a 5-blade?
I use a 5-blade, yeah.
Okay, because I use a 5-blade, but I sit on the edge and have to that.
That's because of the folds of the vagina. This is balls. I have
but they're
perfect reach.
Looks like this.
I trim my pubic hair, and I do it because, I'm a well-managed person, and I don't want to, in some ways...
But hair
But
doesn't
that's
mean
not for
my
you.
partner.
If it was up to you,
it's not
you'd be
for
like,
me.
like it would just
However,
look crazy.
in
You might as well
defense
swing on a
of
vine.
Joelle, for the first time ever in my life, I would say that women should be the choice of personal genitalia hair should be a personal choice. I appreciate if a woman makes the decision and says, "Hey, because my partner likes to do or likes this, then I'm going to pleasure my partner." And I see a lot of that. I see that in sometimes
breast
in oral
implants
sex.
to anything.
Just like, no, but most of it, to me, it's like if you're getting breast implants, it should be for yourself, and it shouldn't be because you think a man will appreciate you more. My thing with Amber Rose is I understand what her message is. I don't know if every person that she's influencing does. And what it does is it says that my worth as a woman sometimes comes down to the beauty of my body. This is Amber Rose bearing her body. She's bad. It's not Oprah. It's not this isn't Precious bearing her body and going, take the hashtag Precious challenge. Right? So it's easy for when these beautiful women do things like this, it's easy for them to say, I love my body, look at me. That's because your body fits the mold of image that we've been presenting the world. Amber Rose is the matrix of the image of what we think she's. Boom, boom. I, in fact, enjoy when she speaks because then you see there's an actual brain in that beautifully shaven head. And that brain is intelligent and it's articulate and it's witty and it has thoughts and it's philosophical. And that's more empowering. So had she put out a video of her explaining feminism, I think that would be way more empowering than a picture of her
would
butt.
it trend? It would not.
Question. What were your thoughts on a more of a natural body like Lena Dunham on Girls? Like every episode she was naked. That was what you're talking about, the antithesis of Amber Rose having the
I didn't watch
body.
Girls because that fat girl was naked.
But if we're talking about empowering,
First of all, I've never seen Girls, and that's not the reason. I just couldn't let that.
she was naked every episode.
I was thinking, I wanted to say something, and then I was like, Nate's got this one. I swear on my life. That's why I started tapping Kanisha before you said
Can I join in on this because this is my favorite topic. No matter what people say on the outside, men love big girls. Can we? I did the challenge, and I did it in a waist trainer.
Yeah, can we see
I don't care. Yes, look at all those thighs, juice, inbox full. Okay, you hear me?
Your DMs were full. Huh?
Oh, they are full and fuller. You hear me? And it's like my thighs are swollen. Them are some big high yellow ass thighs. You hear me? Okay. Fuck it. Forget it. Excuse my language. I got upset. They're out there, but I put my little waist trainer on.
We cannot say that, guys. We go too far. But you put your thighs on the screen.
Yes, and I put a little wig on my private because I am a shaven person, and again, it's for comfortability.
Can we go back to the Amber Rose picture, and we're just going to talk about the quality of Amber's picture in comparison to what Kanisha did.
Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead and compare. Go ahead.
To Amber.
I got a lot of people.
Now zoom in.
Yes.
From kneecaps to about belly button. Okay, you see how... Okay, look how clean the stairs are. Now, let's go back to Kanisha's... Let's go back to
I had
Kanisha's
them edited
picture.
the stairs, by the way, 'cause they were really dirty.
You could have photoshopped. You already edited them?
Yeah, there was a piss stain on one of the stairs.
Can we go back? Because there's definitely gum. Okay, let's zoom in.
So
Where? Okay, and straight off to the left.
No, I'm asking, where did you take this picture?
That's
There
the
are these
hallway.
things
That's the hallway they filmed that old ass Nicki Minaj video in. She's talking about she loves Remy Ma.
I thought that was the hallway of New Jack City for real. Pookie was coming down the stairs any second,
Clint
like,
Portis was like,
yo, please. Exactly. This was
The biggest difference between me and Amber is she actually has kneecaps. That is.
While you took this picture, somebody rolled down the stairs to their death. I'm dying. Excuse me, ma'am.
Coming to America.
The legs are shining. I'm dying.
Hey, I was slipping everywhere, by the way.
But that's the thing, and it's beautiful that you were able to take this picture, because even to me, Kanisha's picture is a lot more empowering, because she doesn't meet the mold of the perfect woman, and yet she comes out and she is the perfect woman. So that's the thing about empowerment and beauty. It's if we
Listeners can't see
took
Kanisha's
selfies
face.
of our souls, would they be as
Glowing.
good looking as the selfies of us on yachts? That's a question we need to answer ourselves. We
What
need
I
to,
need you to do with your intellectual self today is you gonna tell me this is the perfect woman right here?
Can I explain something to you?
Yep.
I'm way more likely to
Then
hit.
let it happen.
I'm way more likely to hit Kanisha than Amber Rose.
Hey, a lot of people put that in my inbox,
so-
so you better let him get
Why are you more inclined?
because he
Why
has
am I?
access.
No, he says
Because I
access.
can't.
He's
Like,
more
I feel
likely
like
to.
I'm more likely to do so because I physically would be able to do so. Like Amber Rose would mace
So are
me.
you saying
if I
Kanisha
can't.
is low hanging fruit?
Yo, what I'm saying is,
Wow.
but you know what though, Nate? She's still fruit.
Hey, and the reason why
Kanisha, don't take that.
So is an apple that's on the ground.
I don't know what
That's
Nate's
a
talking
rotten-
about. He's been
that's a
trying to
rotten
smash since
apple.
we were in college. So
That's a
and I was
rotten
skinny
apple.
then.
What I'm
and
saying
so
is
was he.
this. Listen, I'm just saying Kanisha's a diamond amongst other diamonds. Is still
All
a
I'm saying
diamond.
is you're
It's
going a
still a
little top
diamond.
heavy on the compliments right now. Diamonds and
Yeah, I
all
want
this.
all
That's
of
because I'm looking at her oiled up
Listen,
body. She's sitting
first
next
of
to
all,
me, bro.
Listen,
Yeah.
You don't have a Joel picture with
Listen,
a little.
fuck this picture. I've known Kanisha so long. I know how she thinks, moves, shakes, meets people. I know Kanisha, and I've known her at all kind of different weights and stuff. So to know her is to love her, to appreciate her. But what I had to acknowledge was how much gas you were putting on this picture
I love
because she's right next to you.
I love it.
Just because she's over there giggling doesn't mean it's okay to put all that weight on her.
It
I
is.
think that Amber Rose is gorgeous.
Yes,
She
she
is.
is.
Furthermore,
She's gorgeous.
I had a few interactions
Is that not
with
just
Amber.
a fact?
Sure.
No, I'm
That's
talking.
not
No,
news.
gorgeous to me is inside and out, not just outside.
She has the sexuality about her that.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah, but I'm not
exudes.
talking about sexuality
And it's
right now. That's what I'm trying to tell
amazing.
you. Sideline that, put that in a compartment, and let's come over here and talk about how you were talking about the brand
Sure.
and that kind of thing, right? Like I've seen an evolution in her. We're
Yes.
a long way away from her stripping in clubs in Philadelphia for rappers and twerking. She is somebody's ex-wife. She is a mother. She is, and it's not like she's taking down bums. And I talked to her a few times on the set of VH1 Hip Hop Squares, name drop, and she was explaining the slut walk thing. She will stop anybody in the middle of a slut shaming comment and something that is
for her.
anti-feminist to say, "Hold up, you don't have to talk about her like that."
Sure.
Anybody.
Sure.
And the people she tells got power, got clout, and they buckled. You right. You right. You right. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Cube, T.I., it didn't matter. If she was like, "Hold up."
and she's the reason why I'm sleeping with 5 more men a year. Numbers don't even matter no more than Amber's out here. Do what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah.
And
we
as-
don't even know who Amber sleeps with.
And it's
To act like it verifies your numbers.
Yeah, yes it does.
No, it doesn't.
We at the slut walk.
Yeah, but look how long ago she was with Kanye. Look how long ago she was with Wiz Khalifa. Like, we don't know when the last time she was active with somebody. She could literally have been celibate for the last 3
right,
years.
but
She
her whole
wasn't.
message-
I know
That's not
her
her message. I'm talking about her
Okay,
message,
I know
Nathaniel.
Her, I know
Calm
her
down.
She
body
says,
count.
Unless
don't
you're smashing
slang-
her because
I know
that's
her
what
body
you're
Let me
count
get
went
this
up.
right. You're telling me because she says don't shame sluts, your body count went up?
Yep, exactly.
because she's
So does
like-
that make you a slut?
You can call me
No,
what you
but
want to call
here's
me.
the thing about it.
The
just
point
trying
that
to
it's an
figure out.
anti-slut. There's no using that.
Let's talk about
When
this
did
concept
you
of
have
slut,
time
though.
to smash 5 dudes in a
Actually.
bakery?
In a bakery.
Yes. we're
Because of
talking
your
about
yeast
that.
infection.
Oh, you guys know I've been celibate since February anyway. What I'm just saying in
So
general.
when did the 5 dudes get on?
January. So let's
New
My
Year's
New
was
Year's
cracking.
resolution.
yeah, New Year's Eve was cracking for her. Let's talk about this word slut that people love saying it's shaming or it's not shaming, whatever.
Do black
whatever the
people
way it
say
is.
slut? First off.
No.
Not really. Slut is just
Hoe.
That's not a hoe is a term.
A
and
hoe
it's-
walk? Ah.
But
Thought
even
she out there.
Even the concept of who is a slut and who's not, I think it has a lot more to do with the way a person, whether
Yeah.
male or female, carries themselves versus how many people they actually have in their body count. Like, if you're sleeping with 100 people, but you're in control of it, you enjoy it, you're doing it for your own reasons, and you want to do it, and it's not because you're looking for validation from a man or a woman, or because a lot of men are out there are
money.
sluts too because they feel no, that's a whore. So that's the thing, is like, it's for money. Now
She's trying to wrap too much stuff under the same umbrella.
A lot of men are out there trying to validate their lack of self-confidence by playing women like, oh, I get bitches.
Yeah, I'm a player.
nah. I'm a pimp. No, you're not, because you're a liar. You're lying to girls. You're not telling them the truth. At least a pimp has the audacity to tell a girl she's a hoe to her face. You're lying to these girls.
My hoe.
But the concept is, and that's a whole different concept on its own too. But the concept is this: is we are out there, and it has a lot to do with the way you carry yourself and the way you personify your sexuality. So, in my opinion, I know girls that are hoes that have never slept with anyone, and I know girls that have slept with 100 people and they are queens. It just really depends how one carries themselves.
Did you just point for the 100 people?
Yeah, I did. Of course I didn't.
Shout out the respect.
Okay, here's the thing.
I agree with his
No, because I have an innate ability to look at some stats and be like, on paper, like, no, that's a hoe. I don't care how she carries herself. This page is covered in names like the Comedy Store.
How many bodies do you have, Nate?
Several. Now, that's what I was going to say next, is what Amber's point is, how come a man can take down a bunch of women and a woman can't? And that I understand. I understand that double standard and her saying we need to address this. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I get it.
But you don't want women to rectify the situation by them becoming hoes?
I don't want what?
I said, do you not want... Okay, because I feel like by upping your body count, you then challenge that stereotype, right?
No.
Yes.
How is that not the case? How is this not
I
correlated?
hate the fact that I have to agree with Joel a little today.
Yay,
man.
exciting.
I don't think it challenges
No,
the
because a lot of people
stereotype.
don't do stuff in fears of that. Say you only slept with 3 people just because you don't want nobody to call you a hoe.
Yeah, how
but
many
there was
women
other,
say,
but
I've
this
only
is the
had
truth.
sex
This
with,
is
I can count them on one hand.
I have a whole set on that, and you should raise it in the hand, ball it in the fist, and punch yourself in the face because you're missing out. But there's some people who will not do things because of how other people will judge them. And growing up, everybody, you don't want to be a hoe. You don't want to be a hoe. You could slept with 2 people, and now everybody's saying you're a hoe. Or you could just be talking to a bunch of people, and they say you're a hoe, and you haven't actually slept with them. That's
a
why I make
barbershop
fun
can
of.
want to hit and talk about it in a way where another woman would hear that and say, she fast. And you didn't even do nothing but drop your baby off and leave.
Yes, but I feel like if a lot of women didn't come under that ridicule, I feel like now in the time, a lot of people didn't know, but just 10 years ago, and we were still adults 10 years ago, people lived in that fear and they didn't do what they wanted to do. And I feel like it's more of a live your life the way that you want to live it, and why do we have to be shamed for the things that we want to do, the same things that men do and get away with? And so that's why I clowned and said I up my numbers, because now I'm not living in fear, but I never lived in fear anyway. If I want to take somebody down,
which is what I was going to say. You've been exactly who you are long before Amber Rose been bald and talking about the slut shaming stuff.
Yeah.
I promise you a lot more women are like, oh, really though? Cool, great. Like, I've had conversations with women like, I'm about to enter my hoe face, and I'm like, I appreciate it. I dig it. Like, go conquer.
But at the same time, we need to understand choices and values and consequences.
Biologically, is that safe?
And
Plan B is so easy to get.
It's not about
cheap,
Plan B.
y'all.
It's about catching herpes and catching feelings,
Oh,
and
also
that's
that.
the 2 most different.
Feelings are way
difficult
worse than
things
herpes.
I
to get.
agree.
Sometimes
We
they
can't, I mean, and we
So
can't
don't
bear
throw out Plan
children.
B. And here's the thing. Because there was a point brought up where it's like, if a man sleeps with 10 girls and a girl sleeps with 10 men, is it the same thing? And Joel feels like it's the same thing.
Of course it is.
Yeah. And
So if you had a son and a daughter,
Yeah.
and your daughter came home and was like, Mommy,
No, don't put her in the kid voice. She got to be a grown ass woman, because that already threw it off.
Mother,
Yes.
I'm 18 now.
Yeah.
I smashed the football team.
Dope. Girl, okay, did you use protection?
No.
Okay, that's
a different
the issue.
conversation.
That's
a
an
whole nother
entirely different thing.
That's
But like,
the same
You're not
conversation.
saying-
here's
it's
the
not.
thing. Here's the thing. If you made the decision
Yeah.
yourself, if you felt grown enough to go ahead and make that decision, if you were safe, and if you made sure everyone understood the rules and consented, then go have fun. Like, go live your life. Like, the amount of penis inside of you doesn't validate or invalidate you as a person.
Sure, but I have an argument to that, and I'll tell you this because I can understand that. But and I call this the dog shit theory. Let's say there was a pile of dog shit on the ground, and I was like, Joel, touch it. You probably wouldn't touch it. But what if I said I'll give you $100 to touch it? Would you?
How much touching of it do I have to
Just
do?
poking it.
Yeah, of course.
$100.
Wash my hands?
Would you put it in your mouth?
No, that's gross.
$100.
It's gross.
$1,000.
No.
$10,000.
No.
$100,000. That's because
$100,000 is life
it's
changing.
a conversation. Well, here's the thing. The finger, like the penis, is an extremity. It's on the outside of our body. While the vagina, like the mouth, is a cavity. It's on the inside of your body. So therefore, it's physiologically, the intrinsic value of the penis is much less than that of a vagina. Vaginas are simply worth more because of that. And because of that, I do think that there is a society standard that came along with it because of that fact. It's an onset of the psychological effects of the consideration for the value of vagina versus penis.
Well, you gave us the higher value.
Well, I
so
feel like that's totally.
But
I feel like women don't feel the same way. I totally understand where a man feels that way, where they're like,
so that point was great.
But here he goes with his bullshit.
No, it's not. I mean, but we all have to.
Yeah, we gotta have all sides.
The point was great, and it does validate what I'm saying. And had I had more time to reflect on this, I probably could have came up with a metaphor that I think would apply better. And maybe you can make this dog shit theory could possibly apply better. But I think the hesitation for saying yes to it being in your mouth is not only because it enters you, but it's because that employs way more senses. You're now using taste, smell, touch, hearing. If your mandible moves, that's way more involved than just being like. Doink.
I have a question. So if you're hitting, like, if someone was going inside you, right?
Where?
You know where.
My butt?
You'd be like, whoa, ho, 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 conversation time. Do you see what I'm saying? It's going inside you. Even in the homosexual community, being the bottom is a conversation.
See?
It is.
It's a conversation.
Oh my God!
Hey.
This.
He was hovering over the button like, how long till I get to come in?
I'm sorry. I had to.
What I'm saying is there's a fine line that we should all live where it's like, people love say, I don't care what anyone thinks. And yet the president of the United States is only the president because we all think
because
that
of
he
what
is.
we think.
And what we think.
Well, not
money,
this one, but in
money
general.
counts because of what we think.
Yeah.
At the same time, so we should value other people in societies. We do have a responsibility, but at the same time, we also have a responsibility to ourselves. It's not so black and or white. It's both combined. And I'm saying, let's look at it from all sides of the angle. And on this Amber Rose situation, we should look at it, or she's influencing younger kids who may not understand the implications of what she's saying and only taking one side of it, and that one side may be detrimental
You're gonna go with
to their health.
think about the children
and their
aspect. Oh, bullshit, dude! Come on.
Of course.
If this leads you to feminism, like these major acts of women in with status and popularity and followings, leads kids to investigate these kinds of things. This doesn't direct kids in a way other like because she clearly states
it leads kids
frequently.
to investigate these kind of things. So
Yeah.
when those videos of police pulling over black people and shooting them, everyone knows about them. Let's ask 10 kids what their first 10 amendments are, but I bet you they all goddamn know what the first 10 Little Yachty songs are.
If the cop was
That's
naked
what
and
they care
sexy
about.
and shooting them, I bet they would know
It's
because
not
they'd want to have a
influencing. If
conversation.
they're memeing the situation. It's a meme. It's like, oh, I know what feminism is. I'm getting naked, mommy.
I will agree with you
That's
to the
not
extent
what
that it
is.
doesn't cure the problem. I will agree that it is not like this is the educational foundation upon which we should stand for feminism. But I do think that this is an outlet and an intro for a lot of people on this subject. Like, a lot of people don't know you could just sleep with who you want and it's like totally fine. People think that again that you have to like stay within a number, that you need like decorum and all this other social stupid constructs.
But are we saying she's the first woman to kind of have that empowering thing? I feel like there's been
No.
a lot of women who.
There's been
No,
all
but
kinds
kids
of
don't
women
know
that-
their
what
history.
what she's doing is not
You
different.
can take
No,
the,
but
the
the
entire
kids don't
60s is
know
about
their
sexual
history.
freedom. This thing she's talking about, she's pushing this like a flower child. What I think Amber Rose, my interpretation has been, don't shame women for doing the same activities and behavior that men are doing.
Yeah.
She's not saying, not only will we not shame them, but girls, get out there and fuck! That's not what I'm hearing.
But
I don't
isn't
hear
it
her
shaming them
encouraging-
not to encourage them to then go do that?
No, that's two different things.
How? I don't understand.
See, I actually understand Nate's point is because he's saying it's one thing to shame them, but now you're actually encouraging them.
That's what you're doing.
You're out there going, no, sleep with more people.
If
No,
that's
that's
what
not.
she
No,
wants.
that's not. She's not saying
If
sleep
you
with
have
No,
more
that's
sexual
what she's
urges,
saying.
no,
Listen.
here's what I'm saying.
That's her point.
I'll clarify it so
Joel's
that there
point
will
is,
be
I
no
took 5 more
confusion.
down, baby.
If you want
was
to
a
have
joke.
sex
So
with
calm down, 'cause
somebody,
you've been
you
coming for me
should
this whole
go
show.
and do
No,
this.
I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
You can watch it back later.
Anyway, go
You
ahead,
act
Joel.
like people can't hear us. A side conversation is just as audible as the main one. Ooh, at 1 minute 55 seconds, Kanisha said they've been coming for him. I don't give a fuck. I cover everybody in this hole.
If you want to
Did
have
you say hoe? Stop shaming the room.
Right.
Stop
I'm
shaming
sorry.
the room.
Let me find 5 people and call them hoes.
Okay. If you want to have sex with somebody, you should go ahead and do that. You should be safe, you should be comfortable with it, and you should know what the hell you're doing. Other than that, go forth and conquer. And you shouldn't feel embarrassed to then walk home the next day. That's what the whole slut shame is about.
What are you conquering?
What?
What innate thing is
My
in a woman
desire
of feeling
to
like
have
conquering?
sex with whoever the hell I want.
So that's your person, but that's
stop.
when you say conquering, that jumped out at me because men have an innate. That's a thing in a man to like how much. What we gonna do? You can watch male animals and you can see them conquering.
Yeah.
So if
can
you just
see
say
that in
conquer, it's like
female
wait,
animals
wait,
as well.
what?
Does
What
a lioness
female
not
animal-
conquer? The lionesses are the
Black
hunters.
Widow?
No, they do it for the one man running the pride.
Yo, we
No, they eat
just stay
first,
out of
and
this
then
one.
and then the men eat.
Say what now?
They eat first, and then the men eat because they caught the things. Lionesses. That's how they work.
That's one example. Give me another one.
Black Widow, and she bite his head off
man.
too after.
That's
She
fine.
does.
Praying mantis. Come on.
Black Widow definitely does kill the father of her babies, though.
Yeah,
I
there
think she
you go.
plants her eggs inside of them, and then
So
they
do a
explode.
lot
A
of
dragonfly,
ratchet women.
after she smashes you, she plays dead so that she don't have to smash you again, and she does.
None of that. The last one doesn't even apply, but that's interesting.
Sex is always going to be a very complicated
Yes, it
situation. It unfortunately is the way a lot of people validate their self-confidence and how it's broken. Sex will always be complicated in the animal kingdom, in the human kingdom, everywhere you look. The concept of it is when it comes to and applies to Amber Rose, I'm not saying she shouldn't do what she wants to do
No,
or
we're
post
not-
what she
not.
wants to post. I'm proud of her for doing so.
Word.
I just don't want it to sound like she's this pioneer who's just influencing all these people
No.
when a lot of the people she thinks she's influencing, she's actually leading astray. And I hope that doesn't happen and that there are other ways to apply feminism other than just not being clothed. And I'll tell you why it affects me personally a little more is because of the whole burqa, not burqa situation that people try to apply from the Western value onto the Middle East or the Eastern values is because some of those women, not all the women,
hijabs.
exactly, not all the women, but many of these women believe in this value and they believe in being covered. They believe it. And then women in the West will look down at them like, oh, they're not free because they don't want to be naked.
But I think what feminism is
And
choosing to be
it's-
free. Like if you want to be completely covered,
Exactly.
yes,
if you want
I
to be
agree with
covered, you should be
Yes.
covered. If you want to be
Yes.
free, it shouldn't
Well,
be
they're
a
both
man's
free.
decision to
Yeah.
tell you what to do. It should be your decision the same way it should work for a man. But a lot of things we also do because women decide for us in the way of can we hit or not if I do this or not. So it's like it's always going to be a dichotomy. So I just don't appreciate when women are out there calling other women sluts and hoes for stuff that they're doing when honestly most of the time they're doing the
Worse.
exact same
Yes.
thing and
Like
or
more,
worse.
times two.
Well, how about we just
I'm
let
telling
everyone
you.
live? Let's start that. Where I'm against gay marriage, but I'm not gay, so I won't marry a gay person, and you can be gay and you can get married. Or if I'm against black people, then you know what? Let black people be black people, and I just won't
don't
be a
treat
black person.
anybody different off the way
you know
that
what I'm
you
saying?
feel like that.
Yeah, let other people live. Why can't we live that life? Like that's really why when I watch ISIS, like what do you want? Like, what do you people really want? You just want everyone to not be happy? Or, like, what do people want out of the world? Like, if you don't like abortions, you're against abortions, I get it. Don't get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Let everyone live their life as long as it doesn't affect or hurt you.
Yep,
Free
or
will.
anybody else. That's what I love.
That's what I really, truly believe in.
Back to this. So you don't believe in soul ties?
In
Oh,
soul
here we go.
ties.
Yes.
Educate me.
She
Go
doesn't
ahead,
know what a soul
Pastor.
tie
You have
is.
no
Go
idea?
ahead, Pastor.
There's no words in there.
Kanisha, can you?
Soul ties, from my understanding, is every time you sleep with someone, your souls kind of intertwine, especially for.
No.
Okay.
That would be horrifying if that was true. Goddamn, no.
And that, yeah, so basically
How many
you
niggas would you
carry.
be dragging in here to the show?
Well, that's not even.
The way you said it
Yo,
sounded
can I say
hefty.
something though? Can I say something? There's been a glow about Joelle for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, there has.
And she started singing. She's getting
And she was absolutely
She's getting
beautiful
some
today,
dick.
too. I was like,
No.
She's out there
she
getting
is
some
looking
dick.
fantastic.
That's why all this stuff means so much more to her because she's catching bodies as
Go
we
ahead,
speak.
pull up that YouTube song, click the button.
No,
She's doing what?
No, we can't say
Joelle's
that,
out
you
there
guys.
getting
That's too late. It's the name of the show. My neck, my back, my dick, my sack.
That's where we're at.
It's too late.
Thank you guys for tuning into our last show.
I don't understand how you can say that when your legs are on the screen and you're the most naked person on this episode.
That's true.
And at the beginning of the show, you shook titties. And you twerked and I got pregnant. You. And when your legs were on the screen, you said fuck.
He really is. He is coming for you.
I told you, make that.
Can we go to story
Coming for
She's
me
not
this
allowed to
whole
sit there and
episode.
act like, she's not going to sit there and act like we're tripping when has been a group thing. Joelle just admitted to bringing however many guys that is with you.
Joel
Soul
admitted to
ties.
nothing.
The soul ties.
You inferred.
No, she
I
told
just
you the
don't.
definition. You're
No,
like,
no,
oh
no.
my God.
We inferred, but you were infertilized.
That
by
would be
both of them.
horrific.
Let's
Like,
be-
what number represents horrific? Not that'd be scary or that'd be crazy.
Well, I
that'd
just
be
no.
horrific.
My reaction was there are certain people I would not want walking around with a piece of my soul. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that's horrific
Did you
about it.
sleep
Not
with
the amount
Voldemort?
of
Like, what?
Right. And are you the golden snitch?
That is I don't know if I really agree with that either, and whether it was 1 or 20, but they always say that, and that they're inside of you, and you've soul ties, and
this
people
is the
like cut
idea
the
that
bag. I
women
don't
are
feel like
precious
that.
and
I don't
gentle and like
I don't think
your
that's
value
true. I
is
feel like you have
directly
significant-
related to
this
the people
is,
obsessed
soul
with.
ties is not
Gender?
it's genderless.
No.
It's men and women that's something
It
you
feels
should.
like a shaming tactic.
But here's the thing. Sometimes we need to be aware of quality over quantity. And just
of
because you have a
course.
lot of bodies, because I see that there's women who are like, well, I've slept with so many people, I know more. Sometimes quality can teach you more. And here, and
course.
this is a concept that I told my
People just hate
sister
sleeping alone.
when she was going to college, and I was like, look, even if you think of your sexuality like a priceless painting, if they auction it for $100 million like these Picassos, yeah, it's $100 million, but it's still it's not priceless. It's $100 million.
But you know who can buy
it's
it?
a high price.
Somebody who let you put dog shit in their mouth.
But see, the concept is
That
if it's
deserves an
priceless,
applause. I
the
just
way
want-
it's priceless
just
is
want you to know.
if they don't auction it. What they do is to keep a painting priceless, they donate it to the most worthy. And there's a lot of girls out there that are not giving it up
Oh,
to
I be
worthy.
donating
Are there
And
a
there's
lot
lot
of men donating
Wait,
to the
hold
Hold on,
most
I
worthy?
wasn't
Kenisha
done with
donates
my
to the worthy.
sentence. See, this is the jump
worthy.
tactic
Tell it
people
worthy.
love doing. Like, oh,
Tell
are
us-
there men? I was about to say, and there's a lot of men
Tell them
who
about
are
your
also
friend you
not
know.
donating to the most worthy. So that's where it comes in, and we
Yeah.
both need to be more
Yeah.
aware on both sides of the fence of who we are. Allowing to touch our thing and putting our thing
of
in
course.
and doing things with our
Now
thing.
I agree
Got
with
it.
that.
Yeah, whatever. Have you helped a man in need by letting him release? You just helped him. You heard his story.
Like a stranger? Or
no, it could
what are
be a
you
friend. It
talking
could be a
about?
great friend. Whatever.
Donating to the
You just
world.
heard him say he was on a drought. He was a cactus in bed, and you were like, "Let me just knock one out of you right quick."
No, pity sex is really sad to me. Like I would
I've
hope
had it
nobody
a
would
couple
ever
times.
have
All right,
pity
check it
sex
out.
with me. That
Here
makes
we
me
go.
sad.
Here we go. What happened? What'd you say?
What story are you trying to get me to tell? Hey, you know a lot of my life, so I just want to know.
I don't know. No, I'm the only one I know where you. I wouldn't even call it pity. She was just like, "I helped my guy out." And I was
Okay,
like,
I know what you're talking about. Okay, so my friend,
Yes.
and he was in a bad relationship, and he didn't, he didn't want to cheat on his girlfriend, and I was trying to keep him from cheating, and they were just having a hard time, and they hadn't slept together in a long time. He hasn't did anything. Basically, I donated to the worthy by helping him so he wouldn't be cheating with these random girls.
How so?
Fine help.
It was from the chest. I thought that was all. It was from. I guess we've been saying anything. I orally helped him relieve
Okay.
himself
That's
so
cheating.
that he wasn't.
First
I was
of
gonna
all,
say, where is the line
wait
of
a
cheating?
minute.
How does it not cheating?
Hold on. Yeah.
Our engineer.
Wait, Kanisha making shit ass. Cut it
No,
off.
that's not. That's
Wait, the story is different than what you
I
told
we
me.
must not be talking about the same person.
You told me you jacked somebody off to help them through the relationship.
I didn't tell you about the head. Okay, well I did.
And so that's why I'm like, yeah. Now, I'm not
Like,
slut
oh,
shaming, but I'm just acknowledging.
I forgot.
I panicked immediately. You're like, it was from the chest up. I was like, what? Was it standing? How?
Oh my god.
Now listen.
Black Hollywood Live.
Exactly.
Exclusive.
First of all, Black Hollywood Live and AfterBuzz does not share the views of this show. Now, we'll move on. So, fellas, watching this, viewers, you hear this. Doesn't this make you just want to, like, paint the coldest sob story Like, oh, I'm in need and da-da-da.
Well, he
Kanisha,
really
well,
was.
it's
You guys,
me.
he's a really good friend of mine. I don't even know her like that. Like, he was a good.
I just
really
want you to
good-
know
dying
that
on
when
the
you
inside.
go down on another woman's man, no matter what the reason you're doing it for, you helped him and enabled him
I really want to help you.
to
but-
cheat.
Well, I kept him from cheating. He had all
He
these.
cheated in your mouth.
That's not cheating. That's a good.
How are you off limits to infidelity?
I just like your logic. Wait, I just need to figure out your logic so I can use it for myself.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. They
She's
were going.
thinking as long
Okay.
as it's not an outside woman.
Basically, and you know how people are like, they're together but they're not together. That off and on where they're trying to figure stuff out. So technically, they weren't in the relationship, but they still lived in the same house, and they were trying to. Wait a minute, because this is sounding bad. I need everybody to know
So
this
messy.
is 7
No,
years
no,
ago.
you're a feminist.
No.
You don't care if it sounds
No,
bad.
the only reason why it sounds bad because there's a few other people that are going through this situation, and I don't want them to think it was them or their raggedy husbands. What I'm saying is, it is. This was 7 years ago. This was
All right, there
years
you go.
ago.
7 years ago.
years
So don't think this is some current subtweet
No,
to you.
this is 7 years ago.
Remember when I tried to go on to story number 2? Just like, no,
Now
it's
this
not
is
about
better.
this.
Right now, wondering what this woman's talking about. Go ahead.
Yo,
So this,
yo, I'm just gonna stand. I don't want to get dirty while you dig up all this.
I'm not gonna. All I'm saying
Uh-huh.
is, this was a friend of mine.
Yes.
It also was new to the city. We had been friends for a very long time. I didn't even
Like your
know the
brother.
girlfriend. I don't want to say that because then people
Well,
say
not
he was,
after you sucked.
Well, he was my frat brother.
Such an attorney.
Yeah.
He's my frat brother, so there's a different type of bond there. And so, like, I had his back, and I didn't want him running around.
No, you didn't have his back.
I had his front, and I didn't. And I also I wanted him to try to fix it. Like, if it was worth fixing, then don't run around and go jump in a bunch of different relationships. Let me help you out this time. And, you know, it's been some months, and I told him this is the last.
Okay,
first
wait,
and
let me
only.
bridge gaps here. Let me bridge gaps. Okay, so your theory is that because we will not become romantically involved.
Yes.
All you did was just relieve yourself.
Yes.
And then you can go back emotionally. You didn't cheat emotionally, just physically.
Well, and not necessarily. They, you know, when people are together, but they're not together. So they weren't together, but they were still.
That's a lie couples tell themselves. That's
Well,
not a real
they were on the
thing.
not together side, but when you still live with somebody, because I've done it, it's still things you still do that are relationshipy, trying to figure out if they wanted to fix it, but they were at odds. So I stepped in and helped him so that he can go back and fix his relationship with a clear mind.
So you were
so
like,
sorry.
let me just knock this nut out so you can think.
Yes,
Hold on, I have a thing.
Did they stay together?
for about another 2 years.
And
they have a
then-
baby too.
All right.
Not so specific.
I have a,
Before or after? Did they conceive this child before or after you helped them out?
Way after.
I have a
Oh,
question.
that's amazing.
I have a question. So I'm going through this thing, right? And I was just wondering, look.
Tehran, you have no limits and you're not stuck to anyone. So this conversation is over.
Okay.
You're limitless.
That's a whole different conversation. Honestly, it's perfect for one of our evergreen topics is the concept of infidelity and what is
Yes.
infidelity and what isn't. Kanisha, as long as your logic helps you sleep at night, you know?
I don't care.
Exactly. And that's the
I
thing.
love it,
You know
Kanisha.
what? And that's why we love you is because you, as much as you say that you're always like, I'm not a big feminist. Honestly, to me, you're the biggest feminist I know because you are a person who embodies the concept of living your life for yourself. Because at the end of the day, at your funeral, the only person you know for sure will be there is you.
And also,
so-
can I add? A lot of people do tons of stuff, right? But don't cop to it. I mean, she says what she says. It's from her heart, and we like that's the respect that we got to
Say
give her.
that,
Yeah, because
yes.
people
Genuine.
they cast stones all the time, but we know
Sure.
what they do.
I did have a hoe call me a hoe, and the only difference was people lie about sleeping with me and people lie about sleeping with her. Like, no, I didn't, and then people say they slept with me. So I have
That's the
Hilarious.
difference. So they tell the truth about
They
you
lie
and
in and lie out of her.
yeah,
That's the thing. So-
but yeah, that's just and that is what it is.
I got you.
You know.
Okay, calm down. For the last 10 minutes, he's been
because we never get to all the stories.
We're
there
not
was-
getting into no
We're
more
not
stories.
getting.
We're
Look, we
tired.
have 5 stories, and the first story took up
Let's-
98% of the episode.
Oh, so keep
We
going.
can keep going. What's the next story then?
Story number 2.
That's fine. I have another 28 minutes, and then I gotta go.
It is. I just feel like at this point, what is it? This is it. This is it. But go ahead.
We're just gonna smooth over this whole Kanisha gave a guy a head to keep him from cheating thing.
It's a
Yeah.
great evergreen topic.
We're evergreening now. We've been on the same thing. We got
So
15
my
minutes.
good friend,
This is why Amber Rose did this, because no matter whether you can say she's right, wrong, feminist, not feminist, encouraging women or not encouraging women, or just telling women they can be whatever they want to be, it encouraged conversation. We're not the only people talking about this. This broke the internet in several ways. Every podcast, it is a hot button, trending topic, and it wasn't even on the internet for 24 hours. So she succeeded. I can't speak for all the women and everyone else who is doing that and pushing this discourse. But what I can say is, right now with this, she just leapfrog a bunch of them, and for 2017, she's the one wearing the crown on this content.
I have a question for you right now. Right? How many of your friends outside of Headlines with Headliners did you have this conversation with?
Amber Rose?
About the Amber Rose.
I got this picture sent to me in 4 chats.
Okay, but how many of them had the feminist?
2.
Conversation.
2 out of 4 did.
2 out of 4 talked
2
about
out of 4.
This is feminism.
There's
or
men
it's
and
not?
women in the chat. So like somebody posts a picture and somebody else go, woo, I eat that, da da da.
Sure.
And then the girls in the chat are like, relax. And then there's a Scoochie hair conversation. And then it expounds from there to other layers. Yeah, I've had that conversation.
Yes,
And you had the conversation with people over this picture?
No, not really.
Okay. So
I feel like she exudes, don't talk to me about this.
What? No, you could talk to me about it. We just didn't have the conversation. Like,
she was too
I
busy
only hang out with
getting
feminists.
she was so busy.
No, my feminist circle
Getting the soul
about.
tie.
Soul
Soul
tie.
She
tie.
was hanging out with a guy named Richard.
Yeah.
Can't we just say?
I wish I was hanging out with a guy named Richard. Richard sounds
Soul
like he makes a
tie.
ton
You
of
remember the
money.
Sprint commercial or the Verizon commercial where the guy's like, all these people are in my network. When you said
Amber Rose is
horrific, that's what I
talking
thought
nothing.
of. I thought of a guy on the sidelines with his whole team behind him, that entire side of the auditorium.
I'm the main.
Horrific. Like, if their spirits were all in here, will we have room? Like, that's the way you said it. All right. Now we can move on to number 2. Speaking of phenomenal women and things associated with phenomenal women, whether real or not, the movie Wonder Woman has been breaking box office records and breaking down doors for women in Hollywood as it took in over $100 million
Yes.
in the first weekend alone. But not everybody's happy with this.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an attorney in New York, Stephen Clark. He's suing Alamo Drafthouse movie theaters for discrimination for having a no guys allowed screening of the Wonder Woman movie. The theater chain responded, quote, "Very sorry if you feel excluded. We thought it might be kind of fun for one screening to celebrate a character who's meant a great deal to women for close to 8 decades.
Yes.
Again, truly, 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 truly sorry.
Some of
that
those
we've
trulies
offended you.
were
Not so
sarcastic.
truly, yeah.
Somebody wanted. He just wanted a reason to sue. He didn't know what.
Well,
No, that's true. He's probably part of the Meninist movement. If you guys followed this on Twitter, when Alamo announced that they were going to have it, like, the Meninists broke down. They were like, the hell? This is exclusionary. Will there be a men's only screening of the next Captain
I hate
America
when men
movie?
do that.
I know, because they're awful. They're
hate
trash.
when men
Look,
do
it's
that.
not discriminatory to have an all-female screening. Like,
That's just like having an all black or all something. When you're considered the minority
is.
and you're on the outskirts, you can do something for your. Was he a white male on top of that? Because then that just pushes it all the way to the top.
Yes.
Stephen Clark.
Stell's
Yes,
like
he
a
was.
white male
And
who
here's the
has
thing.
privilege. You've had so many things that are just for you. So many fucking boys clubs. Half the things that are on here, Victoria's Secrets is for you. It ain't even really for us. That fashion show is for you. So, I hate when they do stuff like
Sure.
this. They
Don't
won't complain.
contain it, let it out.
Because it's
bottling
ridiculous.
it.
It's one. It's
Take
a
the
movie
lid
screen.
off now.
You can go
Go.
to the next movie. You can go to. Why do you want to sit at a screening with all women just to be? They should have let his ass.
Talk
sit there.
about the mixed
This
clubs.
is what makes me mad when of HBCs and mama. Well, I want to go to the all black school for what? What? Why do you want to be there? Why? Why do you need to be just to say you
can
were
be
there?
there.
You
It's the
can
other
be
thing.
there.
It's like you
but
could
you know
go.
what I'm saying? It's like
It's open to you.
anytime there's a black graduation. Why is there a black graduation? Why is there an Asian graduation? Why? How does it affect you? How does it really affect you? You could have went to the movie after. You could have went to the movie before. You just want to cause a problem because you feel like women cause problems. You're doing it to. It's like the all lives matter. That's exactly what that is. Oh, well, all lives matter. We want to go to them. We want to be a part of some too. And we want to complain.
You're
to them, too. That's
undermining.
exactly
Tell
what
them,
it is.
Kanisha.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, they had a men's only screening, and they sold so. It was for oh God, what was the name of the movie? It was for a separate movie.
I know what it's called.
Do you?
My neck, my back, my dick, and my side.
Stop
The movie.
singing that.
Perhaps. But
No
they
applause. You know what? I can't do this.
Nate, calm down. You're such a hoe.
They only sold
Yeah.
like 5 tickets. Like, you don't need one.
So
You don't.
So in answer to your response,
So late. Now they think it's because they don't need a ticket.
and
Whatever.
your response is it's not discriminatory. It is absolutely discriminatory. And here's the thing. In the past, we've said something, and it applies to this so much more. Just because something is legal, right, doesn't mean it's right, and vice versa. So as an attorney, you should have the mindset to know that while this is a discriminatory thing, it was because of what it stands for, what it means. And to the privileged, equality will always seem like oppression.
Of course.
And this is a perfect case of that. This is a privileged person all the way around who saw equality and then felt oppressed by it.
Yes.
And the concept is, while this is discriminatory, and we see this, no one's suing nightclubs for having free girls before 11. No one's suing nightclubs for having half price for girls with their titties out before midnight. No one's doing that, right?
There was a nightclub that got sued recently.
There was a nightclub that did.
Because one of the promoters said, "Don't bring any black girls."
Well, that's a whole nother.
And once again, and
that's a race issue.
That's a race issue, and we've seen that. We've seen that in England, in Great Britain, where in the UK there was a club, and it was called it's called Charity or something like that. Anyway, they didn't allow in a group of black guys who had bought a table,
right?
And they just didn't let them in. I mean, and unfortunately, race and gender are all in the same umbrella. So it's under the same umbrella of protection, the Title IX, everything. It should be. So while these things are also discriminatory, you don't see these people.
Can I jump on that?
that?
And that's also hateful and being ugly. Oh, don't bring any black girls. This is celebratory of a character that's been around for 8 days and woman empowerment and excitement. It doesn't hurt anybody to do this. It's not discriminating. Oh, you're a man and you can't be here in that sense. It's like, let's celebrate women and give them a screening for everything. Going, oh, I don't want any black people there. That's being hurtful and that's being harmful. You know what I'm saying?
That's
the
to Alamo's
difference.
all-black screening of Black Panther. I'm gonna be the first one in line.
That shit is.
They probably won't have one of those.
I cannot wait for Black
We've
Panther.
already started a petition, and I can't guarantee if they will or not. But if they do, I'll be
because
there
is a difference in connotation when we say.
What if they say it's an
black,
all
white?
African screening?
then I would not go. I guess I'd be like,
well,
that's
you
cool.
could go in that headdress. I feel like that's very African of you.
Yeah.
I'll have all my dashikis on.
Interestingly
when that
enough-
You
comes
could
out.
go too, saying Musafa the way you did.
Feminism. The way
Take
the
your
way it
lioness
really
ass
works
up
is
there and
though,
watch the movie.
Wonder Woman is a movie is about women empowerment, and we're talking about feminism. And this is Wonder Woman. It's a beautiful movie when the girl's not, even though she's beautiful. We find out now that she was 5 months pregnant at the time of filming. We also
didn't know
see
that.
the cellulite and everything in the film. This wasn't a glorified version of Wonder Woman, as it was directed by a woman herself.
Patty Jenkins, what?
But let's make sure we do realize something as women of color should, that there were not a lot of women in color in that movie, and when they were not valued. They were only valued for their strength. One was the mammy, the caretaker of Wonder Woman, and that mammy persona is something that has been stigmatized throughout American history.
I saw one that was for strength. It just stuck out to me.
No,
Like,
it was a strong. She was
That's
a strong
it. That's,
black.
you know,
And that's the problem.
Not only that, she was the only one on the beach where they were all fighting that was on a pedestal.
Yep.
And she was kneeing somebody. That literally registered with me. If there was any more black characters in it, that registered with me. Furthermore, this fight that took place, they weren't on the ground in a situation where there were a bunch of blacks regardless. They weren't fighting in the south of France where they put all the black regimes during the war. They were fighting out on the line. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I'm
where at
talking
that
about
time
and the mascara, the Amazons. There were not a lot of black representation.
I understand
Whether
that.
it's like, okay, the Amazons are a made-up group of people. So if we're making it up, it's kind of like how in Star Trek or in Star Wars, it's like we're in the future and it's great and it's made up and there's no black people in
They
the
don't want
future.
y'all asses
As the
in
black
They
girl
all
nerd,
act-
I'm just gonna hop in here.
Sure.
Real quick. So there are 5 black women in the film. One is a senator, one is a caretaker, one is the right-hand
I remember the
general.
senator too.
Sure.
And then you have 2 others who are kinds of like background floaty people, and they say things. Representation for all women of color in this film, pretty sad, especially in the mascara where we know it's a diverse community. No, we do not accept the fact that, one had a senator title. I don't care. That doesn't make like a difference to
doesn't
me
make up
at
for
all.
it.
There are like no Asian women in here at all. Stupid.
Exactly. No Latinas. Just
That you can easily point out.
in the Amazon, by the way.
Yes. So problematic for sure. They hope to correct this in a movie that apparently is going to take place all in Themyscira and get like a prequel or something like that. I don't know if they'll do it. I just feel like Wonder Woman was such like a trick. It was a difficult movie to watch as somebody who's like a feminist and a nerd and black and constantly trying to keep all of those things in balance. It gets complicated because, my God, No Man's Land is just the best. Like, I cried through the entire No Man's Land scene. This is where she charges the front line. There you've trench warfare. It's World War I, and they're like, it's over. Like, that
Spoiler
town
alert.
is dead. Oh, that's totally fair. Sorry. But anyway, the town is dead. Wonder Woman charges across the field, and she basically draws enough fire so that the rest of the battalion can get across. And it's the most beautiful, awe-inspiring. More spoilers. She takes down a bell tower by being like, just.
Now you're giving away
hoist it
too
up.
much.
Yeah,
Stop
it's
it.
What's the
just
point of what you're
amazing.
saying?
My point is.
First
my
off,
point is that
no.
this
You're
is
done with your point because
no.
you just that was one of the best parts of the movie.
I said
and you
spoiler
can't-
alert. You have plenty
if
of time
you're
to
gonna
turn it
spoil
off.
alert, spoil it. Okay, she got up
For
and
a
walked across
reason.
the field. Don't be like, okay, one more thing, and then the most. No, you're ruining. No, you're literally ruining the movie for someone who hasn't seen it. They're gonna be like,
Has it been
this
out
is the
for
plot.
2 weekends? Or 1 weekend?
So it's their fault that they haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, and you did kind of.
I haven't seen it.
You're going to be okay.
I tried to see it. They told me the theater was sold out. I'm like, who bought tickets? Like,
All the women.
Joyel's in there with
As
all
a
her
nerd, I give
soul
14
ties.
days.
It's packed. There's nowhere for me to sit.
I wish.
I
That
tried
would
to
be
say
awesome.
that.
It
I'll
was an
totally sit
amphitheater. It was an amphitheater
Yeah, I was
too.
at the
Yeah.
Ford
It was
Theater.
a Hollywood Bowl.
We were just
Yes.
outside. They were just projecting it on a tree, and I couldn't. There was nowhere I could stand. It was like a drive-in theater.
They're soul ties.
That would be amazing,
So
guys.
what
That'd be
was the
super
point you were
empowering.
trying- the juggling
my
and all these
point
things?
being that like you don't get to see women in war movies as the lead warrior
Sure.
ever, and it was emotional and it was challenging, and to have to try to balance that with the lack of representation for other races was complicated. I have mixed feelings. It's a continuing conversation. We're doing it on Black Girl Nerds all of the time. If you're interested in more
Well,
of
I
that.
think it's safe to say that they may have dropped the ball as far as not having more racial representation in the Amazonians. But when they try to be historically correct, that's where I see like okay.
It's Wonder Woman, so none of this actually happens. I don't care about history.
No, that's why Marvel is so dope. They take all these superhero characters and try to plug them into real time history, and that's what makes it plausible for. That's what makes it different than
Wonder Woman
Avatar.
DC.
That's what makes it different than a movie that is completely sci-fi. You got superheroes in downtown New York as New York is. That's what makes it dope. Is that when you're in New York, you can look up and the Hulk is climbing across a building.
That's Marvel,
according to
but
the movie.
she's DC.
No, I get it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The superhero universe is only
No, I
two.
get it because they didn't make the Black Panther. That's the old Huey P. Newton. Shout out to my frat freaking pose. Did you see people were upset about that and was saying it's too militant and too Black
When you're
Panther?
sitting in the chair.
Yeah, but that's the picture of Huey P. Newton.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
it
kinda
was,
salty.
it was too militant and too black. He was a black guy sitting
In a
chair.
In a throne.
in a chair.
In a
Like,
throne.
wearing black.
With,
I mean-
with inside of a palace.
Yeah, no.
With script with words we don't under. What does that say?
Actually-
I'm scared.
Actually, it's interesting because the lawyer that's suing Wonder Woman is about to sue Black Panthers for the seat being too militant. It's not enough black people.
There you
Not
go.
enough white people in that movie in Africa. In the African country, there weren't enough white people who would
Come on,
went
you
there
guys
to
got
colonize.
Simba. He was
to colonize them.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
There weren't enough to
There's
colonize.
certain
Look at this
stuff
is the-
that people just
Yes.
like outside of the law. Like there's certain things you just should be like, okay.
Legally, I understand
They
this
get
argument.
one. Okay. It shouldn't even be a one thing.
should
but
be like,
a male attorney should be
stop.
like, you know what?
I
There hasn't been a
understand.
female superhero to lead a film.
Justice isn't just momentarily, it's ever long.
Mm-hmm.
And when you want to create justice, you have to think of the timeline as a whole, not just in this slice of one. Well, okay, well, slavery's done, so now this. No,
Right.
let's look at the effects of slavery
Yep.
and then condense what justice truly is. Let's look at the effects of oppression of women, which we have oppressed women from day one, to the point where the only time where women weren't oppressed is in this mythological society in the Amazon, where the women did not allow men in because the men were oppressors. Come on, guys, let's have some common sense. And it's unfortunate that common sense just isn't so common nowadays.
And now you want to sue. Everybody.
I think that's ridiculous. And
But if he wins, I hope I get some money from his.
no, it's just not right because
I
you
didn't
have
get
to
to see
I
it.
hope he gets a female judge. Hey, that's what I'm hoping for. A female judge, a
Right.
female whatever.
Well, no,
Jury.
if
Jury.
he gets a female
Well,
judge, it might actually skew it because
Oh, yeah.
they have to be a little more unbiased and be like, technically speaking, let's go to the letter of the law. I just think that as the national chain, what they did was right. And here's the thing I always talk about, us using the power of the dollar, the power of currency. So because this is happening and they were able to do this, let us as people support their business.
Yes.
Support their business and overcome this and say, you know what? We're against whatever you're talking about and we're going to put our money where our mouths are.
Yes.
Right.
And we need to do that.
Oh.
That's right, because that's Everlong. You know what else is Everlong? My dick.
You guys, stop.
My dick and my
We
dick.
cannot do this.
Why not?
You're Richard. Oh, he's talking about Richards. Richard.
Okay.
Dixon's? Wait,
Yeah.
it's Nixon, not Dixon. Huh?
No, I'm talking about spotted dick. It's delicious. You usually get it in
Oh,
London
if you
in
have
the UK.
never, what are you talking about? You can go to Seattle on Broadway and get dicks. It's the best restaurant ever.
Well, that's a
And
dick's
Kanisha-
burger. I'm talking about spotted dick.
Yeah.
It's a
Kanisha
dish
has been
from
to
the
Seattle and got
UK.
lots of dick.
I do. I eat there every time I go.
I'm talking about dick's burgers in the
Yeah,
UK.
she eats niggas who in relationships but in their gray zone.
Yeah. And then she'd be like, can I have extra pickles? And it's
I'm hurt by that. Okay?
What are
You
you
know how many
hurt by?
times I've been breaking up and you were not there to
Listen,
free me?
Tell them where they can find you on the
They
internet.
can find me at I Am Tehran all across the board. Be remiss to congratulate the Golden State Warriors for winning the NBA 2017 championship, and of course my boy Kevin Durant for winning MVP.
Old Supersonic.
Here's the thing about it. I also have a lot of respect for Cavaliers and LeBron for what they did. Anyone talking trash, you guys are garbage yourselves. So find me at I Am Tehran all across the social atmosphere, the bathrobe heartthrob.
And to your right.
Hey, it is your girl, Kanisha Bus. Please find me at Kanisha is Comedy on all social media outlets. Make sure you tune into Kanisha versus John Cena every Wednesday on All Def Digital. Catch me on Sirius XM, and my special on Everybody Digital is getting ready to drop. And if you're going to be in Miami the 21st, I'll be at Curves Weekend. Since we were talking about them thighs, I will be on the All Curves comedy show and fashion show.
And to her right.
Hi, Joel Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joel Monique every week at blackgirlnerds.com, every Wednesday at Schmoes Know. If you head over to the Black Girl Nerds podcast station on Spotify, I have a new playlist coming up. We're celebrating Pride Month and queer coming outness, so you can check that out.
All right.
And to her right, Nate Jackson, at Mr. Nate Jackson on all social media. Make sure you go to my website. It's been updated very recently. You can see all the dates and stuff I have up coming up. NateJacksonComedy.com. We have another Headlines with Headliners theme night coming up at the Laugh Factory with Tehran Von Ghasri. He just found out.
Right
You guys be blessed.
Yeah, we had a great show though.
Yes, we
Joel
did.
came in attendance.
You know what?
Good.
You did. You know who didn't come? Everybody look at the camera.
Yeah.
That's right. You didn't come.
The back engineer who loves to talk on the show didn't come to the show.
And all of you out there, we want to see you next time on Headlines with Headliners.
Thank you guys for. Make sure to write in the comments below. We'd love to hear from
Yes.
you. or
Hurry up
appreciate
and write in the comments before one of Joyelle Soul Ties writes first.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.